I'm filming this video on a GoPro Hero 10 Black and somehow it still works pretty well. Because this camera reminds me of what GoPro used to be. Small, rugged, simple, great for action, and if we're being honest, not exactly the first things when they wanted something cinematic. But since my last video, this stopped being just speculation. GoPro officially announced the new Mission 1 line. DJI officially launched the Osmo Pocket 4 and Insta360 previewed the Luna series already. So this is not one random rumor anymore, this is starting to look like a real fight for the future of compact creator cameras. Because if we start with GoPro, they made the boldest move so far. They officially announced 3 cameras, Mission 1, Mission 1 Pro and Mission 1 Pro ILS. All 3 use a new 50 megapixel 1-inch sensor and the new GP3 processor, which already tells you this is not Hero but slightly shinier. The base Mission 1 goes up to 8K 30 and 4K 120, while the Mission 1 Pro goes up to 8K 60, 4K 240 and even crazy burst slow motion. GoPro is also suddenly talking much more like a creator camera company now, with things like up to 14 stops of dynamic range, 10-bit GP Log 2, 32-bit float audio, higher bit rates and better low light performance. The fixed lens models are still waterproof to 20 meters, which is very GoPro, but then there's the weirdest and most interesting one, the Mission 1 Pro ILS, because that one goes to a micro 4/3 interchangeable lens mount. A GoPro going in an interchangeable lens direction was definitely not on my 2026 bingo card, but here we are. Price-wise, the base model sits around $600, the Mission 1 Pro at around $700, and the ILS is also currently listed around that same range as coming soon. So GoPro is clearly not trying to be the cheap, casual option here. They are trying to say very loudly that they want back into the creator conversation. And honestly, that part makes sense, because if you look at the last few years, action cameras got better. Sure, but they did not really feel exciting anymore. Slightly better image quality, slightly better stabilization, slightly better battery life. Okay, nice. Thank you very much, but not exactly the kind of thing that makes people open their wallets with joy. Mission 1 feels different, at least on paper, because this is not just a better action camera. This is GoPro basically admitting that the market moved on and the creators now want something more cinematic, more flexible and more useful beyond mountain bike helmets and people jumping into lakes on purpose. DJI, on the other hand, still looks like the polished grown-up in the room. The Osmo Pocket 4 is official and on paper it looks exactly like what a lot of creators actually want. A 1-inch sensor, 4K at 240 frames per second, 14 stops of dynamic range, 10-bit D-Log, a proven 3-axis gimbal, better tracking, direct support for DJI mic transmitters, and a workflow that already makes sense in real life. In other words, DJI did not suddenly try to reinvent itself. It just kept refining something that already works very well. Price-wise, Pocket 4 starts roughly around $500 depending on the market. So compared to GoPro's new Mission line, DJI's normal Pocket 4 actually looks relatively reasonable, and that matters because a lot of people do not just buy based on specs, they buy based on whether the whole thing feels practical, reliable and not annoying after the second week. But the real interesting part is that the standard Pocket 4 apparently is not the full story anymore. DJI's official China site is already teasing something called Osmo Pocket 4P, with the line 2 lenses extended vision, or in other words, a more advanced direction beyond the regular Pocket 4. So this is not just another random leak floating around online. It's also not a full product launch yet, but it is a pretty clean sign that DJI may be preparing a more ambitious Pocket model in the background. And that matters, because now DJI doesn't just look like the safe and polished choice anymore. It also looks like they may be expanding the category further. So let me know what you think here too. Is DJI making the smarter move by refining what already works, or do you respect GoPro more right now for taking the much riskier swing? Safe and polished, or bold and slightly unhinged? We will see. And then there is Insta360, and this one is starting to feel a lot more real now too. Because yes, Luna is still not a full buy it now launch yet, but we're already beyond pure teaser territory. Insta360 has shown pre-release material, early creator hands-on coverage. And honestly, from the footage we've seen so far, the image quality looks really promising, especially the zoom or telephoto direction on the Luna Ultra already looks very impressive. Insta360 itself is talking about a 1-inch sensor, Leica co-engineered, a bright f1.8 aperture, variable focal length, 10-bit color and enhanced telephoto performance on the Ultra. So this is no longer just an interesting idea on paper, it's starting to look like a serious product. And the bigger goal is pretty obvious. A lot of creators want something smaller than a mirrorless setup, more cinematic than a typical action camera like this one, so no background blur, easier than rigged up a whole system, but still good enough that carrying less gear does not feel like a compromise. That is why this story matters. A few months ago you could still argue that compact creator cameras were basically DJI's game. Now, not anymore. DJI is refining, GoPro is still trying to reinvent itself in public, and Insta360 is experimenting again. And suddenly this is not just a boring spec battle about action cams anymore. The real question now is, who is actually going to build the compact creator camera? People want to carry every day instead of leaving it at home, because it becomes another tiny, expensive gadget. And that is why I'm genuinely interested in this. I do not want to judge these cameras from launch slides, teaser pages or cinematic marketing footage where every sunset looks illegal. That is the easy part. I want to see what happens when you take them outside, shoot in bad light and different conditions, test autofocus, test audio, test stabilization, see how annoying or easy the workflow actually is, and find out very quickly whether these are real tools or just very expensive promises with good music behind them. Because that is where cameras either become useful or become content for disappointed Reddit threads. And so here is what I'm planning to do. I will try to get my hands on one of the other of these cameras as they become available. And if I end up buying one myself, I'm not going to do one lazy first impression video and then vanish into the sunset. I want to do proper real-life testing, multiple honest videos, different use cases, different lighting conditions, real workflow, real pros, real cons, the kind of tests I would want to see myself before spending my hard-earned own money. And that is also why I want your honest opinion here, not the diplomatic. They are all good answer. If all of these were available tomorrow, which one would you actually buy with your own money? GoPro Mission 1, Mission 1 Pro, or even the most creative Mission 1 Pro ILS version, or the fresh release DJI Pocket 4, the teased Pocket 4P, or Insta360 Luna. Pick one, back your choice, and tell me why in the comments. Alright, that's it. Don't forget to subscribe, stay healthy, take care, and I will see you in the next one.